Businesses need work comp insurance. It's typically a business's largest expense. And frankly, it's often the largest pain point for the business. So it's something that businesses need to pay close attention to. It's not like most other insurance policies. A work comp policy is something that should be managed throughout the year. And it's something that you should be relying on your insurance professional to help you with, to help you guide you and to help advise you through this work comp process. Work comp insurance is in place in case your employees become injured on the job. It will pay for their medical bills, and it will also pay for their lost wages if they're going to miss work for an extended period of time. There are actually two coverage parts to the work comp insurance policy. Part one pertains to the medical damage portion that your employee may incur, and also the work loss portion that your employee may incur. Now, when your employee is out of work, they are not paid 100% of their wages. Typically, they are paid 66% of their wages. There is no actual coverage limit under the work comp policy. So the insurance company is required to pay what they are legally obligated to pay under the state law statute. So if your employee is out of work for a year, and they're as long as their injuries are legitimate and they're not able to return to work, then the insurance company will pay for the lost wages for up to a year. They'll pay for the medical bills. If they go through 6 different surgeries, the insurance company is required to pay for those 6 different surgeries. The second part of the coverage limit underneath the work comp policy is called employer's liability limit. Now, this is rarely used, but it is in place in case a spouse or a dependent wants to sue the employer if they feel that they were negligent from a very significant injury or death. It can also be used for a third-party lawsuit. So let's say a third party is sued. They may turn around and try to hold the employer responsible for this significant injury. Again, this is very rarely used, but it is the second part of the work comp policy. So let's talk about controlling costs of your work comp policy. There's many ways that you can help control costs on your work comp policy. 2 of them are setting up a formal safety program and setting up a return to work program. Setting up a formalized safety program. Many injuries can be avoided by having a formal safety program. It also shows the insurance companies that you're very serious about keeping a safe workplace and you have some processes and procedures to be followed, which in the insurance company's eyes, this means a lot. Having a return to work program also shows the insurance companies that you're dedicated to procedures and you're dedicated to keeping costs down, and means that you've communicated with your employees that these are the expectations, should you become injured. By having someone come back to work, even if it's on a part-time or light duty basis, it helps cut the work comp basis down. It also helps you keep in touch with this injured employee. It helps keep communication lines open. Oftentimes, when somebody is away from work for a long time, they never come back. And so this helps you retain what could be a very good employee if you treat them right. Just to summarize for your work comp policy, again, it's not like other insurance policies. It is something that you need to manage, especially if you have a large operation. If you pay over $5,000 in premium, you're going to have something called an experience mod factor. I will make another video on that, explaining in detail what this is. An experience mod factor is a rating established by the state, which can either discount your rate or potentially surcharge your rate depending on the number of claims that you have. If you have a good experience, you have very few claims in relation to the number of employees you have and the work that you're doing, you're going to receive a discount. I referenced earlier that the work comp policy is often your largest expense. And this can be controlled ways that I mentioned previously about a safety program, a return to work program, and by really trying to keep a safe work environment. You can also do some other things like maybe adding in a work comp deductible. This will help your premium, but it'll also help you keep the small claims and your claim frequency down, which will, in the long run, help your work comp policy. I hope this video helped a little. It's just a real long overview of the work comp policy. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this type of content, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.